What's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Clash Royale, and that's right, we have hit Arena 7 after some pretty hard work over the last couple of days. Hitting Arena 7, getting past the 2K mark, and also coming across a lot of golems. Today's video is going to be focused on dealing with the golem and also understanding your spell levels and how much damage they deal to princess and crown towers. Very, very important stuff to know when you are faced off in a very tight matchup. The guidance on getting to 2K, thanks to Revenant, he explained, you know, once you get past 2K cups, you start to see the chances of legendaries coming available more and more often. And that actually was the case, guys. We did, in fact, unlock our very first legendary in the Sparky card. Those of you that know Sparky does massive damage to the towers. Just haven't quite worked it into a deck yet. Still focusing on the Hog Cycle deck currently, but we'll start working on that one here in the upcoming future. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get into some content on Golem gameplay and some really tough matchups that I faced in the last couple of days, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and start things off with a real thrashing from a beatdown deck used by my quote-unquote Clash Royale manager, the Revenant. He's been teaching me, he's been assisting me, he's got a lot of experience in Clash Royale, about a year and some change of experience, and he's been pointing things out to me. In this case here, he's teaching me how to face off versus a Golem deck. Now, he was kind of, in this replay here, he was seeing where I was at in my knowledge on the Golem. And my biggest flaw with the Golem is that I was allowing it to move all the way down the arena and get onto my side before actually doing anything about it, or even taking out a tower in the process that it takes to go down there. So what I ended up doing here is allowing the Golem to get all the way down to my Princess Tower and just get completely overpowered and countered. Now what's happening is if you pay attention to the elixir collection there by the Revenant, is he had enough to drop a lightning spell and take out all my countering troops and stop me from even stopping the Golem from taking down that tower. So what he did teach me is if there's a Golem dropped, you know, attempt to take on the opposite lane and take out a tower, or cause the opponent to drop cards to stop you from taking out their tower, which leaves the Golem by itself and completely vulnerable. So let's go ahead and test this idea since this training session. Alright, so I get into a match later on in the day on my practice account, just messing around, and I face off versus a player that has a Golem in his deck. Very similar game style to the way I was facing off versus Revenant earlier. He plays that Golem back by the Crown Tower, so I'm going to go ahead and challenge the right lane using the Knight, the Goblins, and the Hog Rider here to go ahead and move in on that Princess Tower. He's going to use a Tornado spell there to try to stop the group here. Everything's going to get in on the Princess Tower. He's going to play that Inferno Drag. So the Inferno Drag was supposed to go with the Golem. Doesn't matter though. Golem has already made it down by himself where I wanted him versus the Inferno Tower, and he will lose this trade here with the Golem and the Inferno Tower or the Inferno Drag, and then he plays the Wizard. So he's trying to play a little bit of catch up here. The Musketeer is going to make it all the way down to the opposite side of the arena, playing a Fireball versus the Witch, taking the Witch down as well as getting some damage on the Crown Tower. And I'm going to go ahead and go straight for the Triple Crown here. By using the Knight, the Zap, and the Hog Rider to get that a lot of health on the Crown Tower. He's going to play his Golem very close to the bridge there, which is going to leave it wide open for his Inferno Drag to get on my Princess Tower and take it down. But look at the health on the Crown Tower here, 702. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Knight and using the Log there versus the Wizard, zapping or Fireball, and then we're going to win the match there with the Hog Rider. Alright, so since crossing into Arena 6 and 7, we're starting to see some really tough matchups. A lot of very crafty attackers, a lot of legendary cards coming into the mix. Made some changes on the deck, added the Fire Spirits and replaced the minions, and dropped the arrows for the zap spells. So the attacker here is wasting cards. He wastes the rocket there on the Inferno Tower. Maybe he didn't know how to face off against the Inferno Tower. I'm not really sure, but he allowed my Hog Rider to go down and take his Princess Tower down to 482 health. But yeah, just kind of working in the new cards, getting a good feel for the Fire Spirits. They're really, really good versus minion hordes. Great against the skeleton army. And then also with the Zap. The Zap spell is really good against Goblin Barrels, depending on the level of the Goblin Barrel and stuff like that. So playing the Inferno Tower here versus the Balloon, and he allows me to get the first Princess Tower down And we're going to send the Hog Rider back down again. I like to send the Fire Spirits with the Hog Rider in the event that there is a skeleton army in the mix that's going to be played against the Hog Rider. Or sometimes I'll use it versus aerial units like the Balloon or the Baby Dragon or the Minion Hordes, like I said before. He's playing some very interesting cards here. He's going to play the Golem here. Wasn't exactly expecting the Golem, hadn't seen it yet. Gonna play the Inferno Tower versus the Golem, and got the Knight there. Gonna distract that Prince there with the Hog Rider. Just kind of using the Hog Rider as a defensive card there to distract that Knight and keep it away from my tower. And we're gonna ultimately win the match based off of the spell level or the zap spell level, and knowing how much damage is done by the spell versus the Prince's Tower. So that's very important point to be taken here. We're going to go ahead and get the win there. Double tower win. And what I want you to know or notice, if you didn't already know, if you hold your finger down on the card, that number on the right side is the amount of damage done to a crown tower. And that's going to really come into play in this match here. I had not played versus a bowler yet, or a princess for that matter. So I'm starting to see a lot of different cards played up in Arena 7 that I had not seen before. I haven't faced off against. So I'm really not sure how to take on some of these cards quite yet, or the dynamics or mechanics of the cards. I know that the bowler can get some damage on the Princess Tower if he's able to roll that boulder into it. So starting out here, a little sloppy right off the bat, seeing cards played that I hadn't played before yet. That was the issue that I was running into. He's got an Inferno Tower down, and I'm going to try, what I'm trying to see is if I can get damage on both the Inferno Tower and the Princess Tower there. That's why I selected the card, but I didn't use it because that Inferno Tower is just out of range. Dropping my Inferno Tower versus the Mega Minion there, sending the Hog down, getting some damage down on his Princess Tower. He's got the Ice Wizard. He has a lot of legendary cards that I do not have. The Ice Wizard, the Princess. He's got the Graveyard that he hasn't played yet. Just a lot of legendary cards here versus all rares and commons is what I'm playing. All right, so I was able to get the range between the Inferno Tower and the Princess Tower there, and I'll take down that Inferno Tower. Playing the Hog Rider again. He's going to use the Bowler here versus and the combination with the Mega Minion, and that's where he plays his Graveyard card and really kind of throw me off. Still kind of learning how to face off against that one. It's a really, really cool card to have. But at this point, we've got that one Princess Tower on the right side down to 240 health. And we're going to go ahead and have a really, really close call down here on my end with the Musketeer and my Knight versus the Bowler and the Ice Wizard. He's got double Inferno Towers there versus where I was trying to get my Hog Rider in. So I'm going to end up having to play the Hog Rider on the opposite side if I'm not mistaken. Bowler facing off versus the Musketeer. Got the Knight there trying to keep this onslaught on his side of the arena. Playing the Fireball there, getting the health on that Princess Tower down to 50, and going to get the win based off of the Zap spell there. All right, let's go ahead and finish up this video with a very heavy deck, or we're facing a very heavy deck. In this case here, he's got a P.E.K.K.A, he's got a Lava Hound, he's got an Ice Wizard, he's got a lot of legendaries, a very, very heavy deck. So the moral of this replay here is that I want you to know that you can still win with the commons and rares, even in the Arena 7. I'm pretty sure it can be done all the way up through the next couple of arenas, and I'm going to continue to test that and try to do it by using the Hog Cycle deck here. In some of these trades here, you know, a lot of cards come at you all at once, and it can be a little frustrating on what to place next or what to do next. But we are able to get the Princess Tower down here in what seemed to be very easy. He's going to play the Golem and Inferno Drag here. It's a very common cycle that I've been seeing over and over and over again. I've seen this strategy used. It's very powerful. That Golem will withstand a lot of counterattacks if allowed to get in on the Princess Tower. But we're going to go ahead and continue to challenge the Crown Tower here. We're going to play that Inferno Tower versus the Lava Hound, as well as using the Musketeer to assist. And then we're going to continue to drop that Hog up there on his side of the arena. Try to get in on that Crown Tower, really keep his troops entertained, and keep him out of Elixir as much as possible. That way he can't play those large cards, which he's still able to do. by using the Golem there. He's going to get the Golem. He's going to have the P.E.K.K.A. We got a lot of stuff going down on my side of the arena, but we're going to go ahead and continue to try to slip in that Hog Rider. Very risky maneuvers there, I'm sure, but we're able to continue to keep him entertained. He's got the Inferno Drag, goes down the Ice Wizard, and we're going to go ahead and play that Hog Rider yet again, chipping off some more health off of the Crown Tower. We are in sudden death overtime here. He's got the Lava Hound there. He's got the P.E.K.K.A. and we're going to play that Hog Rider yet again and get the win. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and thanks for watching, guys.